Today we've got more than interesting patient with us, Ted. Hello Ted, welcome to KCM Cinic. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. How you doing today?
Splendid, splendid. Would you like to tell us some of your passions? Because actually we are quite a few things in common.
Yeah, we're both saxophone players, and we both have used media in business, so we were doing a little discussion on that before. So,
could you tell us some of your stories? Because they are more interesting than mine, I suppose.
I don't know about that. I was a young man. I was a member of the United States Air Force Band, and I have a number of friends that have done quite well for themselves that came out. I chose not to make a full-time career of it beyond 6 years, but probably the most notable friend of mine is Ken Miller at the Broadmoor Hotel now. He's a classical and jazz composer. He's written music for The Big Bang Theory, for the Astronaut Wives Club, for movies, television.
So tell us, why are you here? Why did you come to KCM Cinic all the way down from the United States? Quite a long way away.
I could have done this for absolutely no money at all. I'm a service-connected disabled veteran, and I could have done it with a civilian physician, but the one that I was sent to, they were not going to do it the way that I felt was in my best interest. And I was concerned because it's C4 to C7. If it travels to C3, then I'm a paraplegic. I flew out of JFK instead of Charlotte, which is my home, because I wanted to have the opportunity to visit friends that I haven't seen in 40 years. A good friend of mine that just retired as a school teacher, Marcus Benoit, and professional piano player Peter DeHoff that I worked with. Once I'm here, God, you know, the transportation back and forth, I don't have to worry about that. The taxi drivers are taking care of translators for anything that you have issues with, and just really top-notch, everything, first class. I'm having 8 levels of my spine operated on, so it's not a small matter, and it would have been a minor fortune if I were to choose to do it outside of dollars in the United States. The example I give them, it's really almost 10 cents on the dollar, because they will not give you the insurance rate on anything. And I use the MRIs as an example. What cost 300 euros to do 2 levels of the spine, and it really cost me, I think it was $2,400, you know, plus you have to get a consult in the U.S. So it really winds up being $3,000. So it's almost 10 cents on the dollar, and really even the surgery is that way. But it really isn't the financial consideration that brought me on over here. You know, I looked at 10 different neurosurgeons before I made a decision to come to have Dr. Kwiek do his, and the fact that he was a teaching surgeon made a big difference to me. But one of the other big differences to me is the CES procedure that he performs. It's only available in 7 hospitals in the world. If you go and look what a DIAM is out on the DIAM, and it's a Medtronic's device, it's actually an American manufacturer. I went on out, there are some European studies. You've been putting them in Europe since 2006. I read 2 different studies, 10-year studies, that showed that there's just no issues with it as far as that's concerned. If I was going to pay for it, I wanted it done right, and I wanted to do it once.
100%, 1,000% better.
Really?
Excellent.
So how is your spine at the moment?
It's the straightest it's been in years, and I'm in less pain post-operatively than I was when I went into surgery. It was nowhere near what it's been like, you know. It's just most incredible, best money I ever spent in my life.
Tell me, you said something about your legs, you know, the swelling getting down after the surgery.
I had looked before this surgery at NCIH and read studies about cervical vertigo and cervical hypertension. And unfortunately, I had untreated hypertension, so I have a mild enlargement in the heart, which they discovered here. But I had had just tremendous amounts of swelling in the legs, and even the stomach's now about 2 inches smaller than it was. And they didn't profess that they would make that change, but I knew, because the one specific level, the C5, C6 level, is the level that NCIH stated, that this is the reason why. And I want to just let everyone know that these people are absolutely tops. You don't get just politeness from someone that's interviewing you here. Everyone from the physician down to the people that clean your room up are just absolutely tops. The accommodations in the hotel were tremendous. And I found that nothing unnecessary was done. It gave you extreme privacy. I mean, the hospital's very full, but you'd never know it. You'd feel like you're the only patient that's in the hospital, the way that they manage and coordinate things. And when they operated on me, they brought in this entire operating theater team in with a consult before we went in and decided that we were going to do the full spine. And it just meant so much to me to know that, that's how professional this place is, and I have, as I said before, this is my 15th surgery, so I'm not inexperienced with it, and I have never in my life experienced anything like this. To anyone that's concerned about it, please don't be. It is, I looked at all of them. I made sure that I was making the right decision before I came here. And my God, I can tell already, I haven't started physical therapy, anything, but I'm going to have the motion of a 20-year-old when I'm finished here. Just an absolutely outstanding experience, and just top people everywhere.
Well,
Thank you.
I appreciate that. The doctor appreciates it. The surgeon appreciates that. But most importantly, the patients that are looking for proper treatment do appreciate that. Thank you.
Doesn't exist in the States. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.